Ram, 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 Ram. Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Ram, 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 Ram. Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Ram, 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 Ram. Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Ram, 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 Ram. Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Ram, Ram, Ram.
जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद। Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna everyone. So today is Saturday, 13th of January. It is a Pausha Masa or Narayana Masa, Sukla Paksham, and it is a Tadiya Tidi and also Tritiya. So both are falling on the same day. And there are a few Vaishnava events today. So one is the Sri Jiva Goswami, Srila Jiva Goswami's disappearance day, and also Sri Jagadisha Pandita disappearance day. So shall read a few lines about each personality. So they are our acharyas. So just picking few lines from the ISKCON-DCT.com. Shri Sanatana, Shri Rupa, and Shri Vallabha were three brothers, all employed in the service of the Badshah Kushensa. Amongst the three, there was only one descendant, Srila Jiva Goswami. Having been rewarded richly by the Badshah for their services, their household life was very opulent. There was nothing lacking in whatever was necessary for the upbringing of the only son. The house was illuminated by the effulgence of the child's golden complexion. His eyes were like the expanded petals of lotus. Every part of his body was graced with a lustrous, radiant splendor. When Sri Gaurasundara came to Ramakeli, Sri Jiva was blessed by having darshan of his worshipable Lord, though he was just a baby at the time. Placing the dust of his lotus feet on the child's head, Mahaprabhu indicated him to be the future sovereign preceptor of the Gaudiya Sampradaya. Though he was only a child, Sri Jiva Goswami kept the form of the Lord, which fascinates all the world, within his heart. As he grew up while eating, lying down, in his dreams, while he was awake, at all times he would meditate on that form. Later on, when his father and uncles renounced their family life in order to be with Mahaprabhu, the only child, Sri Jiva, was left with his mother in the family palace at Fatehabad. Lying in her lap, which was wet with tears of separation, he gradually began to grow as the waxing moon. Seeing that the mother and the child's face were always wet with tears, their friends also fell under the shadow of sadness and only with great difficulty managed to assuage their grief. Whenever Sri Jiva would remember his father and uncles or the lotus feet of Sri Gaurahari, he would lose consciousness and fall to the ground. As he got a little older, Sri Jiva took up the worship of the deities of Sri Ramakrishna. He would carefully decorate them and offer bhoga and arati, serving them with his full attention. Even in his even in his play, whatever games he played were connected with Sri Krishna's pastimes. While studying under the local Panditas, he became proficient in grammar, poetry, and rhetoric. Noting his great intellect, his teachers commented, "Such brilliance is not often found in a child so young as this. No doubt he will be a very highly souled, saintly person." So, and also there is further, and just skipping those lines, and then uh, the disciple of Lokanath Goswami, Narottama Das Thakura, Mahasaya, Sri Gopala Bhatta Goswami's disciple, Srinivasa Acharya Prabhu, and the disciple of Hridaya Chaitanya Prabhu, Sri Shyamananda Prabhu were greatly favored by Srila Jiva Goswami. Under his tutelage, they studied all the literatures of the Goswamis. Later, he sent them to preach this knowledge in Bengal. Srila Jiva Goswami composed many literatures, amongst them Harinamrita, Vyakarana, Sutra Malika, Rasamrita Shesha, Gopala Viridavali, and Sri Madhava Mahotsava, Sri Sankalpa Kalpa Ruksha, Brahma Samhita Tika, Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu Tika, Ujjwala Neelamani Tika, and Gopala Champu, Satsandarbha, Tattva Sandarbha, Bhagavad Sandarbha, Paramatma Sandarbha, Krishna Sandarbha, Bhakti Sandarbha, and Preeti Sandarbha. These are the Sat Sandarbhas. Srimad Bhagavata Tika, it is the Krama Sandarbha, and Lagu Vaishnava Toshani, 10th canto Bhagavatam commentary, and Sarva Sambhadina, the commentary on the Sat Sandarbha, and Gopala Tapani Tika, that is Sri Sukha Bodhini, Padma Puranastha Yogasara Stotra Tika, and Gayatri Vyakya Vivruti, a commentary on the Gayatri Mantra as described in the Agni Purana, chapters 216 and 217, and Radha Krishna Charana Chandrika, Dhatu Sangraha, and Bhavardha Suchaka Champu. So these are the great literatures that were composed by Srila Jiva Goswami. Many, but these are very few are listed. And Jiva Goswami birth was, as per Christian calendar, 1533, and as per Shakabda, it is 1455. And the 12th day of the bright fortnight in the month of Bhadra, disappearance. And 1540, Shakabda, 3rd day of bright fortnight, that is the Pausha Masa. And Srila Jiva Goswami disappeared at the age of 85 years. Srila Jiva Goswami ki jai. And also about another personality, Sri Jagadesha Pandita, disappearance day. So Sri Jagadesha Pandita is the savior of the world. He distributes the nectar of love of Krishna, just like a dense mass of dark clouds in the sky distributes rainfall. From the Chaitanya Charitamrita Adilila 1130. Sri Jagadesha Bhatta took his birth in the region of Gaihati. His father's name was Sri Kamalaksha Bhatta, who was the son of Bhattanarayana, who hailed from Gaighar Bhanjagatta. Both the mother and father of Jagadesha were very devoted to Vishnu Bhaktas. After his parents passed away, he came with his wife to live on the banks of the Ganges. His wife's name was Dukkini Devi. His younger brother Mahesha also came with him to reside on the banks of the Ganga. They built their house near the home of Jagannath Mishra. Sri Gaurasundara instructed Jagadesha to preach Harinam at Neelachala. Thus, he took shelter of the lotus feet of Lord Jagannatha. At that time, he prayed at the feet of Lord Jagannatha and was rewarded by obtaining a deity of the lotus-eyed Lord. This he brought to Yashoda on the banks of Ganga near Chagdaha. This deity was brought suspended from a staff which is still being worshipped in the temple of Lord Jagannatha at Joshara. This temple is presently under the charge of Sri Gaudiya Math and is a rickshaw ride away from the Chagdaha railway station and the Selda Krishna Nagar line. So there are few lines about Jagadisha, and then I'm just skipping all these things. So this is a great. There is a further past diary. past stories about Jagadesh Pandita. So dear devotees, kindly have a look in the, I shall share that links from this T.com. Okay, that is from the Vaishnavins perspective. So we shall quickly enter into daily Srimad Bhagavatam. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Hare Krishna. In the Srimad Bhagavatam, so Parikshit Maharaj, so he is standing in front of all these great sages, and then he is praying to them, and also he is saying that I am at your shelter, and also let the Mother Ganges also be my shelter, and whatever happens, either the snake is going to come and bite, the flying bird snake is going to come and bite, or whatever the magic happens to the Brahmana. So, but still, you just please glorify. I wanted to hear Krishna Katha. And likewise, so he was praying to them that I wanted to, even in case if I have another material birth, then I must be at the completely absorbed at the lotus feet of Krishna, and also among the devotees association, because they are always glorifying the Lord, and also make my vision equal to all the living entities. Likewise, Parikshit Maharaj is praying in front of all these Brahmanas and sages. Punasya bhuyat bhagvat chanante rati prasangasha tadashrayeshu mahastu yam upyam srishtim maitristu sarvatra namo dvijebhyah. So likewise he is praying, and today Parikshit Maharaj, so Sudha Goswami is saying that what he has been doing and how he is posturing himself now. So in such a way, with so much of perseverance, Parikshit Maharaj, he is sitting on a kusha grass, and kusha grass is spread, keeping the roots of kusha grass towards the eastern direction, and he kept himself facing towards the northern direction. And the bank is at, he is sitting on the banks of the Ganges river. The bank is at the southern side. He is looking his face on the northern side, and kusha grass roots are towards the eastern side. So likewise, and before he is doing that one, he has uh, given all the kingdom, hand over the kingdom to his grandson Parikshit Maharaj. So likewise, Sutta Goswami is explaining about the Parikshit position. We are in the first canto, chapter 19, verse number 17. इति स्म राजा अध्यवसाययुक्तः प्राचीनमूलेषु कुशेषु धीरः उदन्मुखो दक्षिणकोल आस्ते समुद्रपत्न्याः स्वसुतन्यस्तभारः इति स्म राजा अध्यवसाययुक्तः. So in such a way, Parikshit Maharaj Adhyavasayuktaha, and with so much of perseverance, or so much of patience, Adhyavasayuktaha, and he is being engaged like Prachina Muleshu Pusheshu Dhiraha. Prachina is towards the eastern direction. Muleshu keeping eastern direction. What is he keeping? Kusheshu Dhiraha, Kusha grass. Kusha grass, or on a seat made of the Kusha strass. He is a king, so it's not difficult to get everything as required. Prachina Muleshu Kusheshu Dhiraha, and he is completely Dhiraha, situated, self-control, situated within a self-control mode, and sitting on top of the Kusheshu, which is having the roots towards the eastern direction. And Udanmukho Dakshina Kola Aste, and facing towards Udanmukho, facing the northern direction. Udanmukho Dakshina Kola Aste, and Dakshina Kola, what is that? Dakshina Kola? The banks of the Ganges River. Dakshina Kola Aste, the seat is in the banks of the Ganges. Samudra Patnyaha, that is Samudra Patnyaha. So many names for the river. So Samudra Patnyaha, Shravanti, Saritaha, Betaha. So there are so many names, and here especially Ganges River, Samudra Patnyaha. Swasuta Nyasta Bharaha, he has handed over the kingdom to his son Janmejaya. Swasuta Nyasta Bharaha. So Parikshit Maharaj's son is Janmejaya. Swasuta Nyasta Bharaha. So likewise, Parikshit, he is keeping himself for the Prayopavesha. इतिस्म राजा अध्यवसायुक्तः प्राचीनमूलेषु कुशेषु धीरः उदन्मुखो दक्षिणकूलास्ते समुद्रपत्न्यः स्वसुतन्यस्तभारः. So translation for this verse. In perfect self-control, Maharaja Parikshit sat down on the seat of straw, with the straw root facing the east, placed on the southern bank of the Ganges, and he himself faced the north. Just previously, he had given the charge of his kingdom over to his son. That is, his son name is Janamejaya. Purport by Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. The river Ganges is celebrated as the white wife of the sea. The seat of Kushastra is considered to be sanctified if the straw is taken out of the earth, complete with root. And if the root is pointed toward the east, it is considered to be auspicious. Placing the north is still more favorable for attaining spiritual success. Maharaja Parikshit handed over the charge of administration to his son before leaving home. He was thus fully equipped for all favorable conditions. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. So in this purport, Prabhupada is mentioning that river Ganges is celebrated as the wife of the sea. All these rivers, they are just entering into only the ocean. So ocean is considered as a husband of all the rivers. Here, especially, Parikshit is sitting on the banks of the Ganges river, and he is also called Samudra Patnyaha. And also here, the sanctified position for the, spiritual success is the seat of Kushastra. This is one thing, and which is completely taken out with the root. And root is pointed towards the east direction. This is also when we observe when there are pujas are happening, there is a garika or a kusha grass, little bit of small green grass is there. The brahmanas, they take it and they will make it something and also put it on the fingers for the auspiciousness, and also they will keep few grass and keeping that one in the eastern direction, so that is auspicious. And also facing the north direction is more still favorable for attaining the spiritual success. So why northern direction is not whatever the part of the universe we are situated, when we travel towards the northern direction, there we come upon the Meru mountain. Meru mountain is the center of the universe. So it is not a flat or a rectangle box or a square box. It is patterned in such a way, whichever part of the universe we are in, if we travel towards the northern direction, we go to the Meru mountain, to the center of the universe. So that is also mentioned in the, let me just show that one. It is very beautiful part of it. So this is the Goloka chart, and then here in the right side we see the structure of the universe. Why? So this is the universe, whichever the part of the universe we are in, if we travel towards, that is going center of the universe, that is the Sumeru mountain, and which is having and the chandelier, all the planetary systems, they circulate like a chandelier, keeping the center of the Sumeru mountain. So that is that's why the northern direction. So for the people who are surrendering themselves to completely Supreme Personality of Godhead and trying to attain liberation, they're always traveling towards the northern direction. It is the custom from in the villages and wherever it is, so they will travel towards the north direction. So likewise here, Maharaja Parikshit, after handovering his kingdom to his son Janamejaya and making all favorable conditions for his self-realization, he came to that banks of Ganges river and sitting there for the Prayopavesha in front of all the saintly people. That is from the Srimad Bhagavatam. So it is Maharaja Adhyavasayuktaha Prachina Muleshu Kusheshu Dhiraha उदन्मुखो दक्षिणकोलास्ते समुद्रपत्न्याः स्वसुत न्यस्तभारः. Okay, so that is from Srimad Bhagavatam. We shall quickly enter into Srila Prabhupada's daily letter. So today it is letter to Hit Sharanji, December 5th, 1969, London. It is a tiny letter. Can I request any dear devotees to read this letter?
I'll read, Prabhu.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
My dear Hit Sharanji, please accept my blessings. I thank you very much for your letter dated November 24, 1969. You need not send the Martis by air cargo to London because Murtis by air cargo, because some devotee here has contributed a Radha Krishna Murti pair imported from Jaipur. It is 42 inches high and very nice. So Krishna has saved us in this point because we are going to have our opening ceremony on 14th of December, though through the 21st of December. But if one pair is ready, you can immediately dispatch by ship to Boston as previously advised. From here, I shall go to Boston, and if the deities reaches there timely, then I shall install them there also. I think in my previous letter, the instruction was to dispatch one pair to Boston. So you can send the deities to some shipping agents in Bombay, and they will forward to Boston. I hope this will meet you in good health. Your ever-revolution, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Hari Bol Prabhupada.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Any takeaway points, Prabhuji?
In here, Srila Prabhupada is emphasizing about the deity installation. Deity installation is important for us, that anywhere, any temple or anywhere we go, deities are, or like we should always go and show our like obeisances to them, and that will be the connect point all the devotees as well. So that's what I gather from there. Hari Bol.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Prabhuji. Yeah, just here deities to actually it was ordered for the London purpose later on, because another pair of deities were given in the London. Later on, Prabhupada is diverting those deities to Boston. So that is from this letter, and also from the Prabhupada's letter, and from the announcements point of view. So today evening we have got our regular Bhagavad Gita Sangha with Pipin Viharadasa Prabhuji. And afternoon we have got Krishna's Club, Krishna Club for Children. And then coming Tuesday is our preaching practice session with Devashish Prabhuji. Yeah, that's all from the update side. And dear devotees, if you got any further updates or you wanted to share anything, kindly share before we going into Srimad Bhagavatam, second canto, chapter 9, Chatishloki Bhagavatam. Hare Krishna. Okay, so if there are no further updates, we shall move on to the Chatishloki Bhagavata, which is, we are in the second canto, chapter 9, and verse number 33. It is the beautiful and very important shloka, Chatishloki Bhagavata, one of the seed verses, like in the Bhagavad Gita, Aham Sarvasya Prabhavaha Matta Sarvam Pravartate Iti Matva Bhajante Mam Buddha Bhava Samanvitaha. Likewise, that was Krishna was saying to Arjuna. Here, the Supreme Lord is saying to Brahma. So we are in the last part of this Chatishloki Bhagavata purport, the first shloka. So once again, to Aham evasam nanyat yad sad asat param pashchad aham edetaccha yoshisheta sosmyaham. Brahma, it is I, the personality of Godhead, who was existing before the creation when there was nothing but myself, nor was there the material nature, the cause of this creation. That which you see now is also I, the personality of Godhead, and after annihilation, what remains will also be I, the personality of Godhead. So this is the beautiful verse. We are in the last paragraph of the purport. There is so much of paragraphs, and we have been discussing this one for last 2 weeks. This is the third week. So can I request any dear devotees? So this is the last paragraph to read from here. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu, may I read?
Yes, Mataji, please.
Hare Krishna. Brahmaji also accepted the same truth when he was instructing Narada. He said, So I am te bihidas tathada Bhagavan Vishwa Bhavanaha. There is no other cause of all causes than the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Hari. Therefore, this verse, Aham Eva, never indicate anything other than the Supreme Lord. One should therefore follow the path of Brahma Sampradaya, or the path from Brahmaji to Narada to Vyasadeva, etc., and make it a point in life to realize the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Hari, or Lord Krishna. This is very confidential instruction to the pure devotees of the Lord, was also given to Arjuna and to Brahma in the beginning of creation. The demigods like Brahma, Vishnu, Maheshwara, Indra, Chandra, and Varuna are undoubtedly different forms of the Lord for execution of different functions, the different elemental ingredients of material creation, as well as the multifarious energies also may be of the same personality of Godhead. But the root of all of them is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Sri Krishna. One should be attached to the root of everything rather than bewildered by the branches and leaves. That is the instruction given in this verse. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you so much, Mataji. So this paragraph, it is the summary of the previous all the purports. So what Krishna says, Aham, it is the only me, I am the only truth, and I am only the root of everything. And this is also, or everyone else are the different function carriers of this material universe or the cosmic manifestation, the complete. but Krishna. So whenever also the philosophy always keeping Krishna is the center, everything will be aligned. That is called pratigna. And then giving the reasons, and from the sastric and also from the historic perspective, that is the examples must be given. And likewise, bringing all the conversations nearer to the center point to Krishna, that is the Upanayanam. And then Nigamanam is the showing the evidences, showing the evidences in the scriptures, that is Nigamanam. So these are the 5 topics we must always, when Prabhupada says, first keeping Krishna as the center, what are the reasons, what are the examples, giving an examples, bringing the topics nearer to Krishna, bringing conditioned souls mood nearer to Krishna. And then 5 is the showing out the evidences from the scriptural injunctions. These are the 5 topics from the philosophical point of view. When we speak, bring everything nearer to Krishna. So that is what Prabhupada is mentioning here. One should be attached to the root of everything rather than bewildered by the branches and leaves. This is the instruction given in this verse. So this is the same approach Chaitanya Mahaprabhu followed when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is speaking to all other people and also defeating these Mayavadis also. These are the very simple examples, bringing something and then showing the evidences, pastimes and reasons, and explaining and then bringing the mood nearer to Krishna, everything connecting to Krishna. Likewise, it will become perfect. Coming to Pratigna, that is Krishna, Supreme Personality of Godhead. So likewise, all the very beautiful points in this one. And also this is a rememberable verse. So dear devotees, I think many devotees remember this one. Aham evasam evagre nanyad yad sad asat param paschadaham idetacha yo avashishyeta so asmiham. Okay, so before we going to the next verse, dear devotees, if you got any questions in this verse or you wanted to add anything, share anything, kindly let us please share. Otherwise, we move on to the next verse. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
You say Chaturshloka. What does that mean?
So Chatishloki, that means the 4 seed verses of Srimad Bhagavatam. That would give, here the Lord is speaking to Brahma, very 4 verses. That is, O Brahma, Brahma asked Krishna, the Lord, oh my dear Lord, you always appear in your transcendental form. How you appear, what is the behind it, and how your activities look like, and what happens before cosmic manifestation and after that. Please explain all these things to me. Brahma asked all these things to the Lord directly. So the Lord is speaking these 4 verses. So, and then after that, Brahma understood and he says, Jnanam paramaguhyame yad vijnana samanvitam sarahasyam tadangam cha gruhana gaditam maya. O Brahma, all the knowledge will be revealed to you. Yavanaham yatha rupo yadrupa gunakarmakaha tadaiva tattva vijnanam astute mad anugraha. By my mercy, you will understand everything else, all my form, qualities and activities, everything in your heart. So, and then Lord says these 4 verses. And then Brahma gets understanding. Later on, Brahma gives, when he speaks to Narada, he will explain more in connecting to the past times about the Lord. So here 4 verses may be turning into 400 verses later on to Narada Muni. And Narada Muni, when he is speaking to Vyasadeva, it expands further more, maybe 4,000s. And when Vyasadeva is speaking to, when he is compiling, it may be turned into 18,000s of shlokas in the Srimad Bhagavatam. And when Prabhupada is giving purports, the nectar is spreading wider and wider. So this is the 4 verses, initial 4 verses that Lord has spoken to Brahma. And this is one of it.
Thank you, Prabhu. Very, very clear. Thank you.
Okay, Mataji. Okay, so we shall move on to the next verse. Trutiyardham yat pratiyeta na pratiyeta chakmani tadvidyad atmano mayam yata bhavo yata tamaham yata bhaso yata tamaham. Trutiyardham yat pratiyeta. And here Lord is saying, O Brahma, Rute Ardham, and whatever Rute is the without, Rute Ardham without any value, that which Pratiyeta and appears to be, Na Pratiyeta Chatmani, and which is not connecting to Krishna. And it doesn't have any value, which is not connecting to Krishna. It doesn't, or the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Narayana or Krishna, it doesn't have any value. Na pratiyeta chatmani. Rute ardham yat pratiyeta, na pratiyeta chatmani. Tadvidyad atmano mayam yata bhaso yata tamaha. Tadvidyat, so that you must know. Tadvidyat atmano mayam, by my illusory energy. Tadvidyat atmano mayam, my illusory energy. Yata bhaso yata tamaha. And yata bhaso, just as the reflection, yata abhasaha and yata tamaha, and in the darkness. This is which is not connecting to Krishna. Everything is in the reflection, abhasa, and yata tamaha as a darkness. So translation for this verse: O Brahma, whatever appears to be of any value, if it is without relation to me, has no reality. Know it as my illusory energy, that reflection which appears to be in darkness. This is Trutiyardham yat pratiyeta na pratiyeta chatmani tadvidyad atmano mayam yata bhaso yata tamaha. So this is very, very important. Whatever appears to be of any value, and that is only which is in connection to Krishna. If it is not connecting to Krishna, then it has no reality. Know it as my illusory energy, that reflection which appears to be in the darkness. So this is, let us go into the purport of Srila Prabhupada. So there is again, this is also, there are so much of purport. We shall cover as much as possible today, maybe half of it. And can I request any dear devotees to read the first paragraph of the purport?
Shall I, Prabhu?
Yes, Mataji, please.
Hare Krishna. In the previous verse, it has already been concluded that in any stage of the cosmic manifestation, its appearance, its sustenance, its growth, its interactions of different energies, its deterioration and its disappearance, all has the basic relation with the existence of the personality of Godhead. And as such, whenever there is forgetfulness of this prime relation with the Lord, and whenever things are accepted as real without being related to the Lord, that conception is called a product of the illusory energy of the Lord. Because nothing can exist without the Lord, it should be known that the illusory energy is all an energy of the Lord. The right conclusion of dovetailing everything in relation with the Lord is called Yogamaya, or the energy of union. And the wrong conception of detaching a thing from its relationship with the Lord is called the Lord Devi Maya, the Lord's Devi Maya, or Mahamaya. Both the Mayas also have connections with the Lord, because nothing can exist without being related to Him. As such, the wrong conception of detecting relations from the Lord is not false but illusory. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Mataji. So here, in this purport, Prabhupada is explaining about the anything. So appearance, its sustenance, its growth in its interactions and of different energies. So this is for anything, there is always one thing must be the center point. If we take a state, it has a capital. Capital has got a one person who is ruling that country, maybe a king or a president, like that. So the entire cosmic manifestation, it also has got the capital in this material world. So this is, once again we come to the Meru mountain is the center point for this one. So to rotate all these planetary systems, and then further on top of this material universe and Vaikuntha planets, and for all the Vaikuntha planets, Goloka is the basis, which is on very topmost. Tatra sarvopari Goloke, that is Tatra sarvopari yat swayam Viharet Paramanandi Govindo Atulanayakaha. Viharet Paramanandi Govindo Atulanayakaha. So Krishna is the basis for the Goloka. Goloka is also basis for all the way. Goloka is also considered Vaikuntha, and it is the basis for all other Vaikuntha planets. And under that, in the casual ocean, Karunadaka Sai Vishnu. He is the basis for remaining all the cosmic manifestations that happens in the all different universes, and then each universe Garbhodaka Sai Vishnu. So entire thing is connecting to Krishna. Here, whenever it is coming in relativity, in the middle, Krishna's expansions, Vasudeva, Sankarsana, and Pradyumna. That is Krishna expands to Balarama, Balarama expands to Vasudeva, Sankarsana, and Pradyumna, and then Sankarsana expands to Narayana, Narayana expands to further Vasudeva, Sankarsana, Pradyumna, Aniruddha, and again in the second quadruple, Maha Sankarsana expands to Karnadak Sai Vishnu. So here, whenever in the relative position, when Narayana is speaking, he is absolute personality of Godhead to the Brahma. So from the Brahma's perspective, it is Krishna only the speaking. So Brahma, he belongs to the material world. So he has got a relativity. But from the absolute perspective, from the Lord perspective, he is absolute. Either Krishna speaks or Narayana speaks, it is absolute. Or any of Krishna's incarnations speak, they are absolute. The words are absolute. They say, when Kapil Bhagavan says Aham, it is also Krishna. So, and Devhuti is the Jiva. And similarly, when Krishna speaks, it is the absolute. And whenever Arjuna speaks, it is the relativity. So here, when Lord is saying, it is the absolute. So everything, anything related to Krishna is the absolute, rooting only to Krishna only. So here, because we hold on to Krishna, whatever Krishna says, we simply repeats. Then everything is having a charge. This is like a powerhouse. We are connecting to the powerhouse. If we use our own brain to speculate everything, then it has no value. So that is the very basic principle. And it all has its basic principle, basic relation with the existence of the personality of Godhead. Either and also wherever there is forgetfulness of the prime relation with the Lord, and whenever things are accepted as real without being related to the Lord, that is the illusory energy of the Lord. So sometimes we see, okay, this is really good, but there is no Krishna there. But how long that is going to exist, that no one knows. But we know everyone will forget after a few days. It has no value in it. Likewise, the material bodies as well. In this entire gigantic cosmic manifestation, all these yugas are going on, and so many Brahmas are coming and going on. And also Lord Mola Prakriti, who is the Lord's internal potency. She is Radharani. she manifests so many things in the Goloka, and on certain time, and Mula Prakriti also enter into Krishna's nature, Krishna's heart. Then Krishna takes a nap or something when he sleeps. When he wanted to take rest from the all these things, but time doesn't affect on Krishna, Mula Prakriti, Narayana, and Lord Shankara. These things, they're always eternal. Whenever there is cosmic, everything else will be temporary. And all these Lord Shankara, Narayana, Mula Prakriti, they enter into Krishna's body. So it is said in the Brahma Vaivarta Purana. So it is, everything is in accordance with the Bhagavad Gita and Srimad Bhagavatam. Okay, so
sorry.
Yes, Mataji.
Yeah, I was thinking what I was in my understanding, what everything is connected to Krishna is pure, and anything impure is Maya. So this passage, this verse has actually explained it. So even Maya is Krishna's doing, isn't it? That's what it's saying? It's
Yes.
Krishna who made that possible. So really, everything is there, but it's up to us to choose the purity of it, or which is connected to Krishna.
Yes.
Because I thought everything illusory was Maya. So it's very clear passage. It actually explains it. Thank you.
Thank you. So here, nothing can exist without the Lord. It should be known that it is illusory energy is also energy of the Lord. It is the, for example, it is easy to understand. In your home, a father, he goes outside and work hard and get some money, so that livelihood will be utilized by the mother, so that she will takes care of all the children. So that is the Lord's energy. So, but money doesn't mean the father. Of course, it is indirectly associated with the father. It is coming from the father. So it is also in one way or other. Children, they see that my mother is giving food, she is working hard and everything in the home, but actually it is just giving a simple example to in an understandable way, but actually in the behind, father is giving all this livelihood to the mother, and she will engage the children and family to take care of all the family affairs. Mother is like a center point to all the family, everyone else. That is Lakshmi, and also that is in one potency, like a mother is like a Durga Maya, who carries out all the material affairs in the home or in this cosmic manifestation, in this material universe. And where the Lord, he just glances on the Lakshmi Devi and the shadow fall on the Durga Devi. In the home, the father, just I'm giving a nearest example. Father brings this livelihood and then hand over to the mother. Mother takes care of all other family. So likewise, here the illusory energy is also an energy of the Lord. The right conclusion of dovetailing everything in relationship with the Lord is called Yoga Maya, or the energy of the union. So, a wrong conception of detaching a thing from relationship with the Lord is called Lord's Daivi Maya. Daivi hi esha gunamayi mama maya dhrutyaya. That is very difficult to conquer. Or Mahamaya. Both Mayas have the connections with the Lord. This is also we have seen when we read about the Katyayani Vrata. At the time, there are few verses in the Srimad Bhagavatam. The Katyayani, when she works into the material nature, it is Durga Devi. She appears as a Durga Devi. And when she is the same personality, when she brings the condition to nearer to the Krishna, then she is acting in the mood of internal potency, or it is the Radharani. So that is mentioned, Yoga Maya. Okay, so here the first thing is wrong, as such, the wrong conception of detaching relationship from the Lord is not false but illusory. This is but illusory. Okay, that is very
There is no
beautiful.
difference.
Yes,
There
Mataji.
is no difference between Durga Devi and like Radharani. So it, as you said, internal potency is Radharani, but devices. So Yogamaya is like Durga.
So Yoga Maya or internal potency is Radharani.
Okay,
And
Yogamaya.
and
Okay.
Mahamaya is the Durga Devi, or Daivi Maya is the Durga Devi.
So it's no different between like Radharani and Durga Devi. Or,
Yes. Yeah, there is no difference.
Mhm. Mhm.
But the activities are different.
But then when Vasudev come back with the girl, like with daughter, and then Kans has gone, then Durga has like left, that was saying her sister, isn't it like that?
So yes, so here Krishna's sister, yeah, at the time, goddess Durga with all the 8 hands, and then she turns the baby girl into Durgama, and then she
Yeah.
disappears after speaking those
Mm.
words to Kamsa.
Mm.
She's
So it's
also called Vaishnavi or Narayani.
so this is her, like Krishna's sister, isn't it?
From the material perspective, if we see the Yashoda Mata's daughter is the Durgama, and
Yeah.
Devaki's son is Krishna.
Mm.
So that is from one point of view, and then why we call it a sister, but indirectly she is a sister as well, but directly Krishna never in touch with Maya directly.
Mm-hmm.
So likewise, so here we have got this one, and the Vaikuntha. So here when Krishna is seeing here, his glance is always on Rama Devi, and his glance not directly with Durga Maya. So, but he is associated with Durga Ma with the time factor.
So what's
So
the
that
difference, Rama Devi? What's the role of Rama Devi?
Rama Devi is the internal potency of the Lord.
Okay. Radharani. That is Radharani.
Yeah. Yes. So here, this is in the Sri Brahma Samhita. Okay, we'll enter into the very beautifully explained how it is. The Lord is never in contact with Maya, but he is not separated from Maya. So that is, he says that. See here, the Lord of Gokula is the transcendental supreme Godhead, the own self, eternal ecstasies. He is the superior of all superiors and is busily engaged in enjoyments of the transcendental realm and has no association with his mundane potency. However, Krishna never concerts with his illusory energy. Still, her connection is not entirely cut off from the absolute truth. When he intends to create the material world, the amorous pastime in which he engaged by consorting with his own spiritual potency, that is Rama, by casting his glance at the deluding energy in the shape of sending his time energy, is an auxiliary activity. So that is the time energy that Lord is connecting with the Maya.
Okay. Yeah, nicely explained. Thank you.
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Hare
So
Krishna.
why isn't Durga Ma celebrated in Krishna conscious movement?
The Durga Maya, she is the Srishti Sri Pralaya Sadhana Tektireka, Chayeva Yasya Bhunani Vipatti Durga, Ichchanurupam Api Yasya Cha Chestatesa, Govindam Adi Purusham Tamaham Bhajam. She is the representative. Chaya, she is the shadow of Krishna. Krishna is in the spiritual world. She carries out a duty, giving an opportunity to all the living entities, like a mother, you just become a Krishna consciousness. And then her duty is to work for the Krishna only. That's why and also she also give liberation to the conditioned souls. So she has got that power because she is the representative of the Supreme Lord.
Prabhu, just what Mataji asked is a similar question to mine. I'm a little bit not clear. In Krishna consciousness, we always try to move away from Durga Puja or Durga Devi's Aradhana.
Yes.
But we are saying Durga Devi is the representative of Krishna. Why is that?
So Durga Devi, she is Srushti Sthiti Pralaya Sadhana Siktireka Chayeva Yasya Bhonani Bhivati Durga. Chayeva, like a shadow. Bhonani Bhivati Durga. She is maintaining, creating, and destroying. And everything. And here, Srushti Sthiti Pralaya Sadhana Siktireka Chayev Yasya Bhonani Bhivati Durga. Icchan Rupam Abhiyasya Chesatesa. Everything on the will of the Supreme Lord, she carries out. She is also a representative of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, but she is in charge for this universe. So that's why we devotees, and also what is the mood we are approaching Durga Devi, that is very, very important. What kind of knowledge I have got. For the neophytes, we say don't go to Durga. But if it is a highly elevated devotee, he knows what is the relationship, what is the mood, and how to approach Durga Maya. If the neophyte goes, then he will think that he doesn't have knowledge acquired yet fully. And so for him, all gods are the same. And even though he knows, he also thinks that Mother Durga also gives some benedictions, I will pray something. He may tend to ask for material desires. I wanted so much of house, lots of wealth, good wife, and good children, nice vehicles. I should not have any. So such kind of things he may ask. Durga Maya, then she'll be very happy and then give all these material things, and he will be entangled in the material world more and more. That's why we do not encourage to go to Durga Maya unless you are a completely pure. So as a stand of the spiritual process and organization perspective, it is always keeping strict with Krishna only, not to deviate the any devotees, either it is a neophyte or Vaishnavas, only to Krishna, and not to deviate from Krishna. Either whatever it is, either Brahma, Shiva, any Durga, Maya, anything else. Because in Krishna consciousness, either it is a good or hard, very hard, or very difficult, but only stick to Krishna only. This is Swalpamapyas Dharmasya Trayate Mahato Bhayat. If we just deviate to different processes, different demigods without the knowledge. Of course, devotees can individually they can go and offer their respects to the demigods. That is fine. But as an organization, we do not recommend that. As a spiritual organization, and this is everything connected to only Krishna.
So Prabhu, somebody gave me a Durga Murti, and because she said it's better in my home, she's not able to keep up. That's a long time ago, and so I didn't want to part with it when I learned about Krishna. So I still have her in a cabinet, and when I finish giving Aarti to Krishna, I offer Aarti to her as well as Shiv, Parvati, and Ganesh. Is that okay?
Yes, Mataji, that is all right. So you know the relationship between Durga Maya and Krishna, Ganesh and Krishna. So likewise, when you know already you're chanting, you're following the regulative principles, that is fine. But the neophyte may not be following all these regulative principles. For them, we do not encourage them, you go to the Durga Maya, because they have not come to that stage yet.
Yeah, Haribol. Thank you, Prabhu. for explaining. It can be very confusing if you're not sure what you're doing. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, Prabhu. And like my understanding is, Prabhu, because my background, our tradition is Bengal, and our main festival is Durga Puja. We are grown up as a traditionally like that Durga Aradhana, and I know that we go there, we pray the mantras, Dhanang Dehi, Jasho Dehi, means everything Dehi Dehi, give me this, give me that, give me that. And yes, you rightly said, Durga Mata gives everything very easily. But my understanding after coming to the Krishna consciousness is like, if our main target to go back to Godhead, so why should we go via? Why not should go direct? That's my understanding was. Haribol.
Yes, that's true, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Mataji.
Hare Krishna. Can I add something, Prabhu?
Yes, Mataji.
So, Prabhu, I regarding Debashish Prabhu's question, I heard one point from a lecture. I don't remember the reference. So, where Krishna was saying Durga Maya when she appeared when Krishna born in the prison when she was there. So Krishna was saying her, so in the material world, whoever come to you to grant whatever material things they want, just give them, like whatever material things like material opulences or something, anything they come and ask you, you just provide that to them. So when they ask for liberation, when they ask for higher things like mukti, when they ask for self-realization, just send them to me. So like that, Krishna gave an instruction to Durga Maya. So the thing is, like, when we think we all maybe, as Devashish Prabhu was saying, he was born into area where Durga Devi was worshipped. And personally, I was also when I was a kid, there was a Durga temple near my house, and I used to visit there daily. So when there was a question like higher thought comes, when there is a higher questions arise in our mind, naturally Durga Devi will direct us towards Krishna. So that is the reality. So whenever Durga Devi saw that this person is fit, or this person want something higher, then Durga Devi naturally she will direct somewhere or other towards Krishna. So the thing is, like, Durga Devi and all other demigods are like subordinates of Krishna. So they have their duties and they are doing it very excellent way. So we are actually trying to get out of this circle. We don't have to we are not trying to repeat in this samsara circle, right? So we are serving the supreme personality of Godhead. So when we serve directly the supreme, like the prime minister, we don't have to worship all the ministers, right? So we are doing the direct service to Krishna. So why should we go to attending Durga Puja? And moreover, that most of the Durga Pujas, they are doing for material things. The aim and the purpose of doing that is all for material entanglement, like for money, for higher education, like that purposes they are doing Durga Puja and all. So that's why we are not we do respect, because we know the relationship between Krishna and Durga Maya, why she is doing that, all we know. So we offer our respect, but we don't our organization not recommend to be a part of that, because our aim is not that. We are aiming something else. So so according to our aim, according to our want, we do things. So that's all. We are worshiping the supreme personality of Godhead. So we don't have to do all these things, because we are surpassing all that things. But obviously we should respect, but we should carry out our sadhanas, chanting and all. So that's my understanding, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Perfect.
Thank you, Mataji. Thank you for adding up. It's nicely done. At the same time, the word Durga means is like a prashid, is like a wall between. Durga means is a wall between like Maya and our higher liberation. So if we attach to Maya, it's very difficult. When we start getting stuff like material stuff and material things, our motive will be diverted. so it will be difficult. That's why this word says Durga. That's the prachir, the wall they created between. So if our intention is clear and if we are attached to Krishna, it helps to go direct instead of via. Haribo.
Yes, that is perfect, Prabhuji. So, yeah, you got all this philosophy just only at that moment to relish all other devotees. Only those things will come. Actually, everyone situated in the right mode. Thank you so much, Prabhuji. Okay, so can I request other devotee to read the second paragraph? Yes, Mataji, please.
Misconception. I cannot see.
Misconceiving.
Yes, sorry, yeah.
Yes, Mataji, read. Continue, Mataji. You're on mute, Mataji. Okay, so Hare Krishna Meena Mataji.
Sorry, I thought I was reading and my mic was muted. Sorry. Yeah, sorry, I was just reading and my mic was muted. Misconceptions are one thing for another thing is called illusion. For example, accepting a rope or as a snake is illusion, but the rope is not false. The rope as it is exists in the form of the illusion's person is not at all false, but the acceptance is illusionary. Therefore, the wrong conceptions of accepting these material manifestations as being diverse from the energy of the Lord is illusion, but it is not false, and these illusory conceptions is called the reflection of the reality of the darkness of ignorance. Anything that appears as apparently not being product out of my energy is called Maya. The conceptions that the living entity is formless or that the Supreme Lord is formless is also illusion. In the Bhagavad Gita 2.12, it was said by the Lord in the midst of the battlefield that the various warriors is standing in front of Arjuna himself, and even the Lord had all exist before they were existing on the battlefield of Kurukshetra, and they would all continue to the individual personality in the future also, even after the annihilation of the present body and even after being liberated from the bondage of material existence is in all circumstances the Lord and the living entity and individual personality, and the personal feature of both the Lord and living being are never abolished. Only the influence of the illusionary energy, the reflection of light in the darkness, can by the mercy of the Lord be removed in the material world. The light of the sun is also not independent, nor is that of the moon. The real source of light is the Brahmajyoti, which diffuses light from the transcendental body of the Lord, and the same light is reflected in varieties of light. The light of the sun the light of the moon, the light of the fire, or the light of electricity. So the identity of the self as being unconnected with the Supreme Self, the Supreme Self, the Lord is also illusion, and the false claim, I am the Supreme, is the last illusory snare of the same Maya or the external energy of the Lord. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Mataji. So this is once again a beautiful purport paragraph, second paragraph. So here it is a general understanding. We see there is, and this middle wall, Krishna says, Uddhamulam adashakam ashwaddham prahuraviyam chandam syasya parnani yastam veda savedave. This is a true, which is a reverse. Uddhamulam, the roots towards the upside, upwards. Adashakam, and the branches downwards. And so here this material energy is like that. All activities, whatever are going on in the spiritual world, they will reflect in the material world. And but there is a line, there is a Brahma Jyoti light. And what is coming in between Brahma Jyoti and the material world? It is a shadow. That is shadow. The Mahatattva is coming in, which is a separated energy of the Supreme Lord. And the light, whenever it falls and on the Mahatattva, and this entire all universes, they are in the darkness. All these universes are in the darkness. But the Lord has arranged in such a way the sun and moon and the fire in a different ways, and then they are rotating for us. And here it is being reflected everywhere. We can understand there is a light. Likewise, when we enter into this dark material world, we are also being covered by the Mahatattva. And here in our body, the spirit spark, it is all illuminating. Krishna says in the 13th chapter. So this body is illuminated by the, like a sun is illuminating the universe, this body is illuminated by the soul. Likewise, we are covered by the Mahatattva at the material body now. So this is Mahabhuta Nyahankaro Buddhirabhyaktam Yevacha Indriyani Rasikam Cha Panchchendriya Gocharaha. So this is covering our consciousness and our. But is this here when we see this is illusion? But Prabhupada says Tamasoma Jyotirgamaya, come into the light, come into the light, come into the light. How? One has to keep hearing this knowledge, equip with the knowledge, and then transcend all the three material modes of nature. That is a Swarup Siddhi. Dhrivibhavyam Parabhavya Swarupena Avatistate. So here, because of we are in the material world, so therefore the wrong conception of accepting this material manifestation as being diverted from the energy of the Lord is illusion. But it is not false. It is illusion. And this is illusory conception is called reflection of the reality. This is also our acharyas gives. If we go and stand in front of the water pond and we see our shadow in the water, that has no reality. That is in the darkness of ignorance. Anything appears apparently not being product of not being produced out of my energy is called Maya. So and also Prabhupada gives another Nattevaham. This is also gives Nattevaham Jhatanasam Natpenemi Janadipaha. I exist before and you also exist before, and we are continually existing. Now we are seeing each other. In the future also we exist in the similar way. So this is the evidence. What is the evidence? The present is the evidence. How it is? But connecting to Krishna. Whenever we are connecting these things to Krishna, that will have a reality. Okay, why we have appeared here? For a particular reason. But what is that reason? We don't know. But that we can understand by the approaching the spiritual master, reviving the relationship with Krishna. Then when we revive, then what are the activities are going on in front of us? Either I am being a mother or a father or a friend of or someone, or I am being engaged in the temple or for book distribution. This will become a pastime once again. That is a transcendental pastime. They will have an existence. Then we relish every moment. Whatever we are doing, we relish. That is the way of living. And if we are just disconnecting, everything is being carried out, but no Krishna in anywhere part of any part of our activity, it is the illusory. No one will care about it. No one understands it. It has no meaning. So that is Prabhupada is bringing that one. So we exist all the time. When we live, we identify ourselves as eternal servant of Krishna. Then it has got a meaning. So that is also Prabhupada is bringing here. After the annihilation of the present body, even after being liberated from the bondage of material existence, we still exist. In all circumstances, we are individual personalities. The Lord and the living entities are individual personalities. Personal feature of both Lord and living beings are never abolished. It exists all the time. It is only the influence of the illusory energy. So in the Mayavada philosophy, they says that Paratma and Atma, they are the same. That is also mentioned by Srila Prabhupada, bringing into in the Chaitanya Charitamrita. So that explanation in the Adi Leela 7th chapter, it is very beautifully explained, and how Lord Shankara is giving and into this material world that illusory energy, spreading that illusory. So this is the what he is saying. This is the purport. Maiva Bhakshite Devi Jagatam Nasha Karanat. What Lord Shankara is saying, Paratma Jivayot Aikyam Mayatra Pratipadhyate. That is, I have spread even the Supreme Soul and the Jivatma. Supreme Soul and Jivatma, they are the same. Mayatra Pratipadhyate. In such a way, this Maya or the philosophy has come into existence, and everyone are bewildering. For what purpose it is being? It is the Jagat Nasha Karanat, Jagatam Nasha Karanat. See, this is Lord Shankara is saying to Mother Parvati Devi. Maiva Vakshate Devi, Jagatam Nasha Karanat. So somewhere or other, Dharma has to decline, but only Pratibuddha Chetasam, Krishna conscious people will only can survive in the spiritual path. Everyone will be bewildered. So this is very important to understand here. And here, in all circumstances, Lord and living entities are individual personalities, and not the only one personality is just acting like that. It is two different personalities. That is only the influence of the illusory energy, the reflection of light in the darkness, can by the mercy of the Lord be removed. When the Lord is so mercy on the conditioned soul, he will shed the light with the knowledge, and then that living entity can come nearer to Krishna. In the material world, the light of the sun is also not dependent, nor is that of the moon. The real source of light is the Brahma Jyoti. So Krishna says all that the sun and the moon, everyone are getting energy from the Supreme Personality of Godhead. He mentions that one in the Bhagavad Gita, which diffuses the light from the transcendental body of the Lord. And the same light is reflected in varieties of light. This is Swayonishu Yata Jyoti Ekam Nana Pratiyate. There is the only one light, but Swayonishu Yata Jyoti Ekam Nana Pratiyate. Yorinam Gunavaishamyat Tadatma Prakrutositaha. And that same, the supreme person, the same spiritual nature, whenever it comes, Yorinam Gunavaishamyat. And when it come in contact with the material nature, three material modes of nature, Tatatma prakrutau sitaha, and they put into different bodies. One is human, one is a dog, one is a tiger, one is a bird, one is aquatic. Likewise, it is Swayarishu yata jyotihi ekamnana pratiyate. So that is the light, and the same light is reflected in varieties of light in the light of the sun, and the light of the moon, light of the fire, or the light of the electricity. So identity of the self is being unconnected with the supreme self. The Lord is also illusion, and the false claim, I am the supreme, is the lost illusory snare of the same Maya. That is the illusion or external energy of the Lord. So we belong to the supreme nature. But sometimes Vishnu Shakti para prokta kshetra jnakya tata para avidya karma sanyaya tritiya Shakti rishyate. One is Krishna's the spiritual nature, and one is inferior nature, and there is one nature, marginal nature. The living entities belongs to that marginal nature. Either they can go to Krishna in the spiritual or come into contact with the Maya. So if we are, as long as it is just the light or darkness, we are in the middle. Which part we wanted to go? That is our choice. So that is a beautiful purport about the Brahma Jyoti and light and the rope, snake, everything else is very beautiful. Okay, can I request any questions, dear devotees, or any additions here?
Yeah, just saying like some of Mayavadi or whatever they are saying like God as formless. But then if he's formless, we never can love, we never can do anything. It has to be form person.
Yes, that's true. Yeah, you are speaking, I am speaking, it is the true. And the source of these words must be true. And whenever there is a father, father is true. And my great grandfather, I can't see them. I cannot say that they're formless.
Yeah.
They have got a form, but we can't see them.
Otherwise, how can you even build relationship with God if there is formless? If you think like.
Yes, yes. It is very easy understanding, but people they deviate.
Yeah.
Hare Krishna Prabhu. There was a sentence near the beginning of the verse. Can you go up a bit? It sounds a bit anything that appears as apparently not being produced out of my energy is called Maya. It sounds a bit of a contradiction. I'm not sure. I didn't get that sentence.
Which paragraph, Mataji?
First paragraph. This one, purport. Carry down a bit more. Carry down. Yeah. Second verse. I think. Yeah. Here, anything that appears as apparently not being produced out of my energy is called Maya. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lines down.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. That one.
Anything that appears as apparently not being produced out of my energy is called Maya. So that means everything is produced from Krishna. That is true. Not being produced out of my energy, then it is called Maya.
All right. Okay.
This is appears.
Yes. Yeah, sorry, I didn't quite get it. Yeah. Thank you.
Sometimes direct sentences, but there is in between not and like appears as something like that.
Yeah.
So it is
and it's apparent. Yeah. Yeah.
Yes.
Horrible.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, just a little comment. Actually, we confused about Mahamaya and Jogamaya and so it is Krishna's energy. The gopis also they worship Mahamaya. I mean the Katyayani. Even Rukmini Devi was kidnapped because at that time he worshipped. She worshipped worshipped Katyayani, and I mean, like the others also they did. But the purpose is whenever we worship external energy, even Devashish Prabhu mentioned correctly, that is a Durga also considered as a Durgo. To this is the wall boundary, but we have to think about that this is the material world is enough. So then we have to pray to Ma Durga, Durga or Katyani. This is enough. Now we have to go to, please go to Lord Krishna. That is the ultimate energy. But they are also even Durga, Mahadev, Shiva, or others, demigod. We have to pray to them. They are also real Vaishnav. Even Shiva, one of the Mahajan. And so that's why we have to, we need, they are also blessing. They are blessing. They are also, because as a Mahajan, we have to follow them. So at the end, we have to come to Lord Krishna, but we follow how worshipped even Brahma Samhita. We have to follow how it was even on the at the end of the Brahma in the last I think 43 or 44. It was also mentioned Mahamaya, others, everything was there, and Durga or Shiva. So that means it's a different way, different purpose. People are doing different things. One thing. But the intention is different. Whenever we are going to temple, intention different. When we are going to battlefield, Arjun and Duryodhan, they did participated in the battlefield, but their intention was different. Arjun was doing in the battlefield due to instruction of Lord Krishna. He was not intention to do that, but at the end he did due to intention of Krishna. But Duryodhan, he was satisfying his ego. So that is the intention different. Although we are going, we are visiting, we have to maintain our material life. We have to visit even our children. They have to go to school. They are going to different places, different football club, different shopping center, different place, different area. Even also Durga worship also people can preach also about the Krishna consciousness. Many things opportunity. So we have to maintain our material life. We have to go our job, our different place. We have to social. We have to visit different place. But our intention should be different. Our intention should be about how to preach Krishna and how to, and we have to pray to Ma Durga also. Please, material world is enough. Please, don't bring this world anymore. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Prabhuji. So that is a very beautiful explanations of it. So this is also mentioned here by the gopis. So this is very beautiful thing. We have also seen this one. So just putting this one again here. So this is about the Kachaidi Mahamaye Mahayogini Adeshwari Nanda Gopa Sutam Devi Patimme Kurume Namaha Iti Mantram Japam Kyastaha Pujam Chakruhu Kumarikaha. So this is mentioned here. So just like bringing this one's very beautiful thing. And here, so they have mentioned here, very beautiful purport of these things. Here, Janati Ekaparakantam Saiva Durga Tadatmika Ya Para Paramashaktir Mahavishnu Swarupini. Mahavishnu Swarupini. So this one, I think there is a further information in the later on. So here she is mentioned Ekayam Prema Sarvasya Swabhava Golokeshwari. Golokeshwari. It is Krishna Radharani. Ekayam Prema Sarvasya Swabhava Gokuleshwari. Ananya Sulabhodhyeya Adidevo Akileshwaraha. And the same Durga Devi, Adidevo Akileshwaraha. Same Durga Devi, Asya Avarika Siktihi Mahamaya Akileshwari. Yaya Mugdham Jagat Sarvam Sarve Dehabhimaninaha. And she makes everyone bewildered in such a way that they are the their material body, they themselves are the material bodies. Likewise, actually, it is the Golek. She is the Golokeshwari when she is in the nearer to the Lord. So Swabhava Golokeshwari Ekayam Prema Sarvasya Subha. So because she bewilders the living entities, just wanted to bring that one here, but I can't find those. It is somewhere mentioned here. Okay, anyway, that is Durga Devi, and that is she makes everything. So her energy is needed because to run this cosmic manifestation. Otherwise, this is the process. 8.4 million species of life going gradually one after another, and the human is the highest elevated form of the life. If anyone is doing any wrong things against the religious principles, they fall down from that position down to some part of this hierarchical process. Again, they have to gradually elevate themselves. So that is especially for the people, Ta Mishra and Ta Mishra Raurava, who are engaging in the illicit associations and meat eating, killing, gambling. They have got a very severe type of punishments. They will be, when they are leaving their body, Yamadutau Tada Praptau Bhimo Sarabasa Ikshadau Sadrushva Trastahudaya Sikrut Mutram Vimunchati. Their condition is, as soon as they see the Yamadutas, their Bhimo Sarabasa Ikshanau, they are very fearful. Sadrushva Trastahudaya, they will be very disturbed and panicked at that time. Sikrut Mutram Vimunchati, they will pass urine and urine. Such a horrible situation for these people. And in this, sometimes some people also say that hell and heaven are in this material world. Likewise, it is mentioned that is true. But before that, these living entities, they go to the hellish planet, they get trained in such a way, they will be going through all these hellish conditions, like bitten by the snakes, scorpions, and also wasps. Like that, they will go through all such kind of torture. So when they come into this material world and fall into such kind of cats and dogs and all these horrible conditions of life, they don't feel new. They don't feel new. So it is, they have already studied all these, the hellish conditions of life. So even though they are in the cats and dogs, they think that Puman natyaktumichati, they do not want to tasyam salabhate nivritum nagrajyate. Whatever the species of life, the living entity enters, they don't feel to leave that body. Such a way, this entanglement, even though it is narkaskyopi deham vai napaman chaktumichati, that is very they get trained. And material nature, the Maya, it bewilders. You are this body, you are comfortable in this body. That is the nature of material or Mahamaya. It is a thankless task, but it is her duty. Prabhupada mentions that one in other purports. Okay, that is from this purport. Thank you so much, Prabhuji. Okay, we are already 8:04.
Thank you,
So-
Prabhuji, for giving the reference also. Thank you.
Thank you, Prabhuji. So we are just only seeing from one angle perspective. So in the bottom angle, if we see, that is very horrible condition of the material life, that can be seen, like in the hospital, so many people are being engaged and they can't even clean themselves. They need someone's assistance all the time, and they're leaving the body. Their eyes, they just get some very fearful conditions that we cannot, all the ordinary people cannot perceive it. But who has got the knowledge and based on his sinful activities, only realized person can understand about his position. There are so many pastimes also happened, like Ajamila. We have heard some story from the America about some devotee the similar way, and the four people like Yamadutas came, and then this person was also been he has seen this Vishnu Dutas as well, and he has also got the chance, a second chance. So it was also mentioned in the very bit that Prabhavati Sachi Mataji has shared that link in the group, I think. So we have to take these instructions and also explain to these people who are in condition. That is very important. It is our prime duty of Krishna conscious devotees.
Krishna Prabhu. So like
Hare
some like many of them doing like sinful activities. So once they have to go to Naraka and then again to take 84 like pieces again birth thing. Yeah.
Yes, so when they go to the Naraka in the hellish planet, that is 99 yojanas or 792,000 miles from the earth, it will be gone within 2 to 3 muhurtas of time. They will be taken as not much as the materialistic people or the sinful people within or that is around less than 2 hours. That much of
Yeah.
distance will be traveled, and
So
there
we do like 12 days like ceremony. We are doing 12 days. So they are not here still like 12 days or like anybody who passed out.
it is mentioned only 2 to 3 muhurtas of time. But there are some pious souls, they may be having some exceptions to stay there for few more days to observe those things. But here in the Bhagavatam, it is mentioned for the sinful people who are engaging themselves grossly absorbed in the material things, they will be taken very quickly. They do not wait. Uh, their body is covered by some other aurutya. The spiritual body is covered according to the way they can transport from the material world to or from the earth to Yamaloka. And then within the 2 to 3 muhurtas of time, they will taken to the 99,000 yojanas distance. That is 792,000 miles. While going, he will be tortured in so many different ways. And once they're there, and once again he will be tortured, and then he studies all these hellish conditions. And then when he comes back into this, maybe a dog or cat, and then he is being hit by so many other people, going through so much of hellish conditions, still he doesn't feel uh, to go out of this material body because he has studied. It is not new to him. So that's why some people mentions that hell is also in this material world. So that, and they don't believe in some kind of heaven and hellish conditions. They don't have much knowledge of the Shastra. That is also Kapila Dev Bhagavan explains that one. This is the very beautiful part of it, but anyway, it will take a lot of time.
After staying in Naraka and then again they get the body.
Yes.
Okay.
And then once they studied those hellish conditions, they got experience of this Naraka, and then they come down into the material world and they take appropriate body and then gradually elevate themselves once again. Okay, so that is about hellish conditions. Okay, so any questions, or we shall stop here. We continue the next Saturday. If you have got any questions or any additions, please add.
Very nice class. So we have to say Sri Hari Bol to you. Hari Bol.
To all the devotees, so they are giving me opportunity to share all these things.
You know, every year you are bringing like from like Paraguay area. So that's so nicely you explain everything.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, thank you for giving us the opportunity to question as we go along, because it enriches all the knowledge. You know, as you go along, you get better understanding. That is the key. Prabhupada said, ask questions, ask questions. So the group is functioning well. They are asking questions. It's lovely. Huh? Haribol. And you're so willing to help us. You go in depth and find the answers. So sweet. Thank you, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Mataji. It is somewhere other. We are being given those words to say, but it is not in a different time. We cannot speak all these words. It is only among the devotees only is possible to speak.
Yeah, I agree, because it some light, it triggers a spark in you when you listen and you hear the light. It is a lovely flame that you want to get engaged. You want to ask the questions. You want to know, what's that saying to me? You know, how can I put it in action? It's beautiful. Thank you, Prabhu. You know, lots of preachers are about is how you reach the audience is so important. And you reach out to us in a beautiful way that we want to get involved. We want to get engaged and listen, like the Narasimha Katha, what's it called? Narasimha. The Katha, and Vasudev came along and heard what they were saying. And was it Vasudev or Parikshit Maharaj? And then
Vasudeva and Narada Muni explains
yes,
about.
That's right. Vasudev came along and he heard what was being said, and he got engaged straight away without, because he got so enticed with what was being said. All his knowledge just started pouring out, and it was so beautiful. And he began to write, didn't he? Write his Srimad Bhagavatam. Or he composed it.
Srimad Bhagavatam, it is between Narada Muni and Vyasadeva. Vyasadeva instructions to Vyasadeva. And then Narada Muni, when in the Rajasuya sacrifice, after Sisupala was killed by Krishna with the Sudarsana Chakra without falling a single drop of blood on the floor, and such a it is wonderful way of killing Sisupala. At the time, Yudhishthira Maharaj, among those Rajasuya sacrifice, many people are assembled there, and he was surprised. And later on, Narada Muni, when he was present, and Yudhishthira was sitting in front of Narada Muni, and while all other Pandavas, they are serving the Lord, and Lord is sitting on the throne. So Yudhishthira asks, inquires, how come Sisupala got his body, his effulgence entered into Krishna's body? Then Narada Muni gives all these pastimes, and previous life he was Ravana's Rendu Kumbhakarna, and before that Hiranyaksha. Then Yudhishthira asks, can you please tell about how Hiranyakshipu was killed? Then he brings out all the pastimes of Prahlad and Narasimha. So that is very beautifully explained. So this is why, just by questioning and answering and all those things, it doesn't matter even if we know it. And then if small thing also come, then everyone knows. For example, Savanakati sages, they also know pastimes of Krishna, but still they wanted to hear from Suta Goswami. And then when they are asking, and all the Srimad Bhagavatam, it is all the Puranas, they have been spoken to them. So when we are keep hearing this Krishna Katha, in due course of time, the time is clicking us. So your time is over, something like that. And then we have to make ourselves, okay, that's all right. I do not have any fear about the death. And then I'm ready. I'm happy to go and see Krishna face to face and engage in the spiritual pastimes. So in such a way, our life will be molded. Prabhupada mentions, so many circumstances.
Thank you, Prabhu. Is there a flow chart to tell you these important personalities, how they're related to each other and who does what? Because I always get a bit stuck who is who. I know the story, but I can't remember who does what. Is there a flow chart to say like Sutta Goswami, who he is and who did what to become such great personalities?
There may be some pictures, but we need to search in the internet and which is authenticative, which is not, that we need to identify. Sutta Goswami, his actual name is Ugrashrava. He's son of Roma Harshana. And Roma Harshana, he was born to a Kshatriya king and a Brahmana woman. That's why he was called kind of a Sutta. And then Roma Harshana has got from his spiritual master is Vyasadeva. He has got all the Puranas to himself and the Vedas, Jaimini Rishi, Vaishampayana, and the four those rishis, they have got the Vedas, and Paila Rishi, and then Mahabharata is given to Vaishampayana again, and Mahabharata was spoken to Janamejaya during the Sarpayaga, when Janamejaya wanted to take revenge on these snakes. He will do Sarpayaga to kill. At that time, Mahabharata was spoken by Vaishampayana Rishi, and all these Puranas gave to Ramaharshana, but Ramaharshana, due to when Lord Balarama was entering into that Sabha, but he did not stand up when all other sages who are sitting in the Sabha, they were standing up as soon as Balarama enters. So then Balarama took that one as an offense, and he understands. Even though he is sitting on the Vyasasana, as soon as he sees and he knows that the Lord is entering, he must stood up. But he did, even though knowingly, he did not stood up. So what Balarama did, he took a grass, and then he just killed him, a blade of grass, and then killed him. And later on, this all other Brahmanas, they says to Balaram, we have blessed him to live longer so that he could continue all the Puranas. He knows everything. How can our blessings would go away? Then Balaram said, I would make him alive. But they say, oh my dear Lord, it is your will to kill him. Let it be like that. But at the same time, our benediction should not go away. Then Balarama blesses Ramaharsha's child, Sutta Goswami, and then he will be living longer period, so that wherever that is the period of Dwapara Yuga, Balarama's period, and then he's extending his life in such a way he is speaking that Krishna Katha to the Saunakadi sages. So that way we are also taking that kind of Bhagavata, hearing Bhagavata. And these are just only the charts some devotees may need to make up, but whoever get a time and who is expert in that one. But everything, when we keep reading and reading, then we understand many things. Prabhupada's letters and this Krishna book and the Mahabharata and the Ramayana and the scriptures and Veda base. All the books are in the Veda base. Nowadays we are taking an opportunity to read Veda base as much as possible. Books are the basis. Preaching is the essence. Purity is the force. Prabhupada's statements. Then we keep reading those things, so we'll remember those names and personalities. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhu. Very kind. Thank you. Haribol.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Mataji. Anything else? So there is also one beautiful thing if you wanted to explore. This is called ISKCON Truth, where you could also find some kind of universal stuff. ISKCON-Truth. This one gives some kind of universal, and Prabhupada's disciples, they have arranged this one. Imported documents and articles. There how different Prabhupada's will letters and everything else, and also the universal structure and Virat Rupa, everything also mentioned here. You can take an opportunity to read these articles to just gain more of knowledge and everything else. So just a suggestion, but we go through only Veda base for now. So our time
Yeah,
is unique.
okay. Are you able to send that link, Prabhu, in the chat?
Yeah, sure, Mataji. I'll send that one.
Thank you so much. And also, Prabhu, you sent a message about chanting yesterday. What Prabhupada said, that was very surprising. The first time I saw that.
Yes, so it is
Srimad
Prabhupada.
Bhagavatam 6.2.14.
Yes, Mataji. Yeah, that is Srimad Bhagavatam 6-14. A very beautiful part of it. This is Ajamila pastimes. So while stressing the chanting of the holy names of the Lord, it is very necessary to chant attentively with favorably in loving devotional relationship with Krishna. That is needed. Six. Which Mataji, could you please repeat that one?
6.2.14.
6-14, yes. 6-14. Yeah, this part, this is the one. One who chants holy name of the Lord is immediately freed from the reactions of unlimited sins, even if he chants indirectly, indicating something else, jokingly for musical entertainment, or even neglectfully. This is accepted by all the learned scholars of the scriptures.
Wow.
Yes, this is Sanketam Parihasam Yava Parihasyam Va Stobam Helanam Evava. So this is Vaikuntha Nama Grahanam, Ashesha Agaharam Viduhu. So many sins will be. This is, we know this part. And here in this context, when we are hearing this is pastime of Ajamila, so then Vishnu Dutas, they do very, very beautiful thing. They are talking to the Yamadutas. So they also says, your followers of Yamadharmaraja, who is the one of the Mahajana. But how come it is you're not following the scriptural references? Likewise, Vishnu Datta says, and then they converse further. Vishnu Datta says those things. Vishnu Datta continued, and then they speak this one. Even though unknowingly one chants holy name of the Lord Narayana, that is, one can be freed from all the reactions of his sinful life. Therefore, O servants of Yamaraja, do not try to take him to your master for punishment in hellish conditions. See, this is what we hear. यस्यावतार गुणकर्म विडम्बनानि नामानि येषु विगमे विवसा गृह्णन्ति तेनेक जन्म शमलं सहसैव हित्वा samyantyapavrutamrutam tamajam prapadye. So Brahma spoke to the Lord in his prayers. Yasyavatara gunakarma vidambhanani namanu yeshu vigame vivasa ghunanti, just by unknowingly. Teneka janma aneka janma shamalam sahasaiva hitva, everything will be completely relieved. It's a very beautiful things. So Vishnu Dutas, they are also saying these things to Yamadutas. Vishnudutas and Yamadutas. The conversation is very beautiful when Krishna is present in these conversations. Relishing heart really flows, and opening our eyes wider and opening our ears wider. What is going on? It's the beauty of it. Anything you wanted to
Very
add, Mother?
beautiful, Prabhu. Very beautiful. Thank you.
So this is what Krishna says. Swalpamapyas dharmasya traite mahto bhayat. He will be saved from going into hellish conditions. That's why Nityanand Prabhu and Haridas Thakur, they're going each and every door and knocking them. Chant Hare Krishna, do Hari Bol, say Hare Krishna. So just to save from the hellish conditions.
Gauranga.
Yes.
Beautiful.
Nitai Gaura Hari Bol.
Oh, Hari Bol. Hari Bol, Nitai Gaura Hari Bol. Nitai Gaura Hari Bol. Hari Bol. Hari Bol, Nitai Gaura Hari Bol. That's total happiness. With your eyes wide open and you're joyfully receiving this beautiful sound.
Yes.
Simple and easy, Prabhu. Simple and easy. No big performance.
Yes. All our soul, energy, everything is investing in the holy name of the Lord, chanting Hare Krishna Maha Mantra.
There you go.
So that is from Srimad Bhagavatam. Thank you so much, all the devotees, for kindly participating in it. And Hare Krishna Radha Sevika Mataji. We haven't heard you.
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Any additions, Mataji, or you wanted to say something?
It was just a very lovely discussion. Nice to be, like, I haven't been able to join in the mornings because I had to leave to go to work really early, and it's just that we're always trapped in Maya. And it's so nice to be in the association of devotees. It just feels peaceful. It's crazy otherwise for me. I just go between the two extremes, so it's crazy for me. And then just being and listening to devotees is so nice.
Yes, I agree. And it's always nice to see you at the temple, Mataji.